Hey everybody, welcome back to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing today? Well, first thing we're going to do is improve the traction on the tractor. All right, we're going to start over here on this side. Get this open. These are Terra King, I think is what they're called. And they were kind of hard to find. As a matter of fact, I got to thank you guys because somebody suggested, oh, the rubber ones are really good, but they're usually sold out. So I was lucky they had 3 sets left on Amazon and I got one of them. What we got? Zip ties in here? What in the world do we need zip ties for? Oh well, I'm gonna read the instructions, get back to you. All right, so the first step, and apparently you don't need any tools for these things, is you just lay them out behind the tractor, and then you're gonna back the tractor over about 2/3 of them. You wanna lay them with the head of the rivet down and the peened side of the rivet up. I think I'm just gonna throw this in neutral and push it back. It was easier just to back it up. So as I think I said, no tools required. You just drape this over the tire. Keep an even amount on each side. And you take the rest of it and bring it up. But these are the wrong size. These are definitely the wrong size for my tire. All right, I got them on the one side. I just figured out how to do it off camera. And I'm going to show you on the other tire. I would take this off and show you again, but it's such a pain in the butt that I do not want to remove this right now. So we'll go around the other side. I'll show you what I did. Okay, now they do say you can do this in the instructions. To lift the tractor up, I've got the wheels chalked. It's safe. Don't get underneath it, you know, be safe. So the first thing you want to do is it's got 2 types of clasps. On one side, there's this is, here, let's show you right here. This is what tightens it up at the end. You take this, you hook it through, and then you bend it back, and it holds it on, okay? On the inside, and I've already hooked it here, there's just a hook. So the chain goes around, hook that first, hook the inside first. All right, now you want to kind of fight with it and get as much material as you can get on this side of the tire because you're going to need it. So just pull on it, make sure these are straight. It's going to take a while here. This is going to be a lot of adjustment. Get as much material as you can get on this side of the tire as possible. Try to get these straight. I've got R4 tires and the nubs are a little bit of a pain. So if you're using you know, turf tires, which I probably will switch to turf tires someday, but if you're using turf tires, this is probably way easier. So anyway, yeah, we're getting somewhere. Get this all worked around so you have as much material on this side of the tire as possible. Then, this is why I thought I had the wrong size. It barely reaches. I mean, it's gonna take a lot more. I'm gonna have to work this a lot more to get this thing to hook. Okay, I finally got enough material that I was able to hook that through. Now we need to fold it back over itself. There is no way you're gonna do this without a tool. So I'm just using a pair of pliers here so I can have some leverage, something to grab a hold of. Let me see if I can show you how I did it. There we go. Once you get enough leverage, you can get past that point. Now we're going to come down here. And let me see if I can show you. We're hooking that back on itself like, almost. Gotta get a little More leverage there. There we go. All right. That's hooked and they're on. Yeah, I honestly thought that I had the wrong size, but I checked the packaging, I checked the tire. For a Kubota BX, these are 26 by 12 by 12, 26 by 12-12. Don't know exactly what those numbers mean, but I'm sure it has a lot to do with the R4, because see, that one goes in, but this one goes over. We get that down in there, it fits better. And this is gonna work itself out. I'm sure that over time, it's gonna stretch a little bit, and this will be easier next year. Anyway, let's see how effective they are. So this area over here is around the side of the barn. It's over grass and dirt, and it was tracked in several times. Pretty icy-like and slick, but I could not drive the tractor through it without struggling, at least. I can make it through it, but I would struggle. And now I am plowing snow, getting enough traction to push snow while on that icy, packed-in snow. Being able to plow that just blew me away. So the next thing I want to do is I want to try and get the snow away from the barn doors. So here I'm driving through fresh snow. This has never been driven on before, and I've just plowed loads of it. I can't believe how capable this is. I would get stuck and have to go forward and then back and then forward and then back. And oh, I just hit something there in the dirt a little bit, but it is, speaking of dirt, it is pushing all the way down to the dirt. You can see some of the grass and some of the dirt piling over top of the snow. That's because I'm cleaning all the way down to the ground. And I just can't believe it. It's so impressive. There's more dirt, more grass. Yeah, just that added little bit of traction on the rear tires does it. So I'm about to turn around. Oh, it had to spin a little bit there, but about to turn around. I'm gonna go back the other way, and I'm gonna push more. Why not? You know, just giving it the best test I can give it. You know, trying to get stuck actually, and I can't get it stuck. Now, of course, if I'm pushing too much, I'm going to lift the blade a little bit and adjust. Oh, look at those tires. Look at the way it's just digging in. Here, let me give you a close-up of what I'm talking about here. So there you go. You can see them in action. And as the tires slip, those things just grab. It's pretty amazing. It really is. I'm impressed. So I'm just gonna plow the rest of the snow away from the barn here, and then I might as well touch everything else up, especially the gravel drive from the barns up to the house. Those bad boys made an absolutely huge difference. It was night and day. I was getting through stuff that I would absolutely get stuck in. Just a little extra traction, that's all I needed. So thank you to all of you who suggested that I get tire chains. I never even thought with the R4 tires that, you know, it should be able to, no. Made a big difference. Definitely worth it. Well, that made more of a difference than I expected, for sure. Also, it's important to let you guys know that this is not a sponsored video. I paid for those by viewer recommendations on my subscribers. Plenty of you guys told me, get some chains for that thing, and wow, what a difference. Yeah, and if you're not a subscriber, you know, you want to keep watching this video and maybe follow along, you know what to do. Like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you know, and we're gonna move on to our next problem. This big pile here that's entirely buried in snow, this is my parents' firewood. Now this is definitely a hindsight is 2020 scenario. When I didn't have the snow and I got ready for that big snowstorm, I should have scooped this up and put it in the dump trailer. That's what I want to do next, is I want to go through this and try and get the snow off of it and get it in the dump trailer, because we're supposed to get another 4 inches of snow, and I don't want it buried. I either fight with it now or make it worse when I have to fight with it later. Yeah, we got about 12 to 14 inches. And there's the firewood. It's just all on top of this. I moved most of it with the plow and with the mini skid. I just want to try and get down to where I can handle these pieces. The next step is I need to back the dump trailer up here to put that stuff in it. But I piled snow over here. So we're gonna get rid of it. This shouldn't take too much. Oh yeah, it is extremely tempting to just scoop this stuff and dump it in the trailer. But if I did that, I would have all of this snow in there with it. And I really don't want that. That's the whole point. So whatever long this takes, I think it's gonna be worth it. Well, that's full, and yes, I decided there towards the middle to just start scooping. I really wasn't getting that much snow. I definitely got some snow in there. I admit that scooping definitely wasn't as clean. But I also remembered that next week we have a 40-degree day, maybe 41. And hopefully with this parked in the barn, leave the dump trailer tilted a little bit, a lot of that'll melt and run out, maybe. Just maybe. A lot of you might be thinking, especially if you're new to my channel, you'll be thinking, well, why not just take this over and dump it at your parents' house? It's already in the trailer. I really can't do that. Their backyard isn't accessible. This is where, you have to look back at some of the previous videos where I take care of my mom and dad, and you can see where I deliver it and how I deliver it. So dumping it in their driveway is just not an option. I'm not leaving them with that kind of a mess to deal with. But hopefully, this will be easier to handle when the time comes to handle it. At the absolute very least, it won't get more snow on it. If we get the 4 inches that they're predicting, I won't have an additional 4 inches of snow on top of this. I'll be able to handle it, stack it into baskets, and deliver it to mom and dad's. Now, I think I'm ready, and I'm really hoping that the forecasters are completely wrong and we just get a dusting tomorrow. I really just hope that I don't have to deal with it all, but it's all about being ready for whatever's next. I'll say it again, hindsight's 20/20. If I really thought about it, I could have scooped all of this into this trailer and had it in there before it got any snow at all on it. But anyway, live and you learn, so we'll see what we get tomorrow. Good news. Just a dusting overnight. Yeah, not too much at all. It's not too bad out here. Strangely enough, there's hope in the air, guys. There's hope. Remember I said it's going to be like in the 40s next week on Tuesday? It's predicted possibly 45 degrees. That would be amazing. It's fall, spring. Don't get your hopes too high, but you can get some stuff done. You know, I'm planning for that day, planning for the bad weather, planning for the good weather. So, because we just got a dusting, I'm gonna try and throw as much of these leftover pieces into this IBC tote. It's pretty surprising how much you can actually fit in one of these. Let's see what kind of dent I can make. That's a pretty good dent. That's good. That's definitely feeling better about things. The trailer full, and I got a basket 100% ready to go over the next time they need wood, which is going to be in about 10 days. They've got about 10 days left of wood, but that encapsulates that Tuesday when it's going to get warm. Everything should work out. Now, I want to let you know I already have this sorted out for next year. These bladders are the solution for next year. I've already started their supply for next fall, and they're covered. Well, they will be covered. This one here I cut so I can flap the top down over it, and it keeps most of the snow out. But they're on pallets, and they come right off the splitter into these bladders, and I have, I don't know, maybe 24 of these bladders. This will be the bad weather supply. When things get like this, you know, and everything's covered in snow, I'll be able to just grab these, lift them up, and deliver them as is. So I've got it figured out for next year, I think. Fingers crossed we don't run into anything else. And now that this is in the barn and covered, it will stay as it is until this snow melts off of it on Tuesday. We'll be good, you know. I'll bring this over as they need it, get their empties, and then I'll fill their empties out of the trailer. I'm hoping I got ahead of it. I think I did, okay? So anyway, we'll find out, you know, we'll find out on Tuesday how things go. You'll have to keep watching, you know. Like I said, if you're just tuning into this video because you wanted to check out those rubber chains for the tractor, I encourage you to hit the buttons, you know, and that way you can be here the next time I'm doing more stuff.